Hello, Valery.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Valery.
Hello, Paul.
How are you today?
I'm feeling great, and you?
Hi. So, not so much, but I'm okay. Thanks. Michael, what about you?
Everything is good.
Michael, can you hear us?
I just back home and enjoy the lesson. Okay.
Okay. Любовь, good evening.
Hello to everybody.
Glad to see you and hear you today. How are you?
Me too. I'm fine, thank you. And what about you, Pavel? What about others? Okay, that's great.
Hello, Paul.
How are you today?
I'm feeling great, and you?
Okay. So today we're going to talk about countries, about different countries and traveling and places. So our world is so rich and interesting. The places and the people are different. The cultures are completely different. So let's discuss this today. Любовь, tell us please, do you like traveling?
Yes, I would say that I'm very like it. And you know, when I was a child, my dream was to be like an correspondent, or I don't know how is it. So I watched a lot of programs where people travel around the world, and I liked them, and I wanted to be like a ведущий or such one program.
A leader. Oh, нет, I'm sorry, ведущий телешоу, yes?
Yes, like a speaker, maybe.
Host.
Oh.
It's a host.
Thank you, Valery.
To be host.
To be host of such one program, but it was simply like a dream.
Okay, so tell us, Любовь, have you ever been to other countries? You told us that you've been to Germany, you studied there. Have you ever been to any other places?
Yes, I have visited some European countries because I had got such an opportunity being in Germany, and having a visa, I could travel around some different European countries like a student.
So what countries have you been to?
I have visited the nearest to Germany countries like Switzerland, Austria, yes, in English, France, two cities of France, and I don't know how is it in English, countries of Benelux countries. I mean Belgium. And yes, and the Netherlands.
Okay.
And I was in Kazakhstan. It's also now like.
Oh, but what of those countries do you like the most?
Oh, it's hard to say. I liked all of them because every country and every culture is individual and it's interesting, and I would like to visit some other countries. Maybe after that I can compare them and.
Okay. Thank you. Evgeny, good evening. Evgeny, do you hear us?
Evgeny don't hear us because...
Okay, Evgeny don't hear us. Valery, can you tell us...
Just a few words about Evgeny. He doesn't hear us, and it's strange because he appears and he never takes part in classes. We can see his photo, and that's all. I don't know why he does this. He appears on, formally joins our classes, but he never participates. It's strange.
Maybe it's because he wants just to feel this this class.
Yeah.
Okay, so Valery, tell us please, what countries have you been to?
I've been to a number of countries. I can't say that I'm a great traveler. I visited maybe, I guess, less than 10 countries. They are Greece, Turkey, France, Egypt, China, and Taiwan.
Wow.
Not so many. Yeah.
But anyway, they are different and distant countries.
Yeah.
So what country do you like the most, or is there any country that you like the most from those you told us about?
So I always look forward to going to Egypt. So Egypt, my most favorite country in terms of going on holiday, because there I can enjoy myself using all-inclusive policy, and I can stay in a family hotel, taking rest from hustle and bustle of big cities. There I can do nothing, just sunbathe, you know, swim, eat, drink, sleep, do some sports like beach volley. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the beginning of November. So I cherish a hope that I can make it. I can go to Egypt in November this year. Yeah. As for other countries, last summer I went to Greece. That was my first and last time in Greece, because I disliked this country so much.
Why?
Well, first of all, maybe my wife and I chose the wrong hotel. It was a small hotel with only bed and breakfast, because my wife insisted on choosing bed and breakfast variant, as she is fond of cooking, and she wanted to have a kitchen in our room. So it turned out that it was really difficult for us, because we have got a son younger than 2 years old, and so it was not so convenient for us, you know, to go shopping in such heat, and I had to carry him in my arms all the time, because you know, there are no sidewalks or pavements in streets, and cars, motorcycles, and people go in one flow. You know, there is only one central street which has sidewalks for pedestrians. In other streets, no pavements. So I had to carry him all the time, and we didn't manage to find a perambulator for our son. I mean, to rent a perambulator for 3 weeks that we were staying during those 3 weeks. So it was really crazy to walk and to carry him and to carry food products in 40 degrees Celsius temperature. Yeah, the beaches were awful. Very narrow strips of beaches, and no showers or toilets on the beach. And I wasn't allowed to use the restaurant toilet, although I paid bills there for sunbeds and sunshades. Yes, once my son shitted, I had to carry him into the toilet, you know, to wash him. But I was nearly beaten by Greek waiters, because they told me that I had left some mess on the floor, some sand on the floor, and you know, spilled water on the floor of the toilet making a shower, as they said to me. Yes, so it was crazy. Afterwards, we stopped going to the paid beach, and we found a free of charge beach where we just arrived there, swam a little, and went away. So all my, you know, impressions from Greece were spoiled due to that incident and other things, you know, I can talk about it for 1 hour, you know.
But anyway, so you are not intended, you don't intend to go there any other time?
Never ever. Never ever.
Okay.
I'm fed up, and I don't want to take one risk, because I was in continental Greece, and people they say that it's different on islands. I don't know, but I'm fed up with Greek music. It's there is only one melody or tune, just different words, but only that melody. I'm fed up with Greek cuisine, because there are the same dishes in all restaurants, not various dishes at all, and they add some spices or sauces to every dish, and I felt sick smelling this spice in every dish, and I was nearly starving at the end of the holiday, and we couldn't find any restaurants that were non-Greek, you know. They were only Greek restaurants or fast food restaurants. Of course, we cooked for ourselves. Yeah, but no way, no way. God forbid that I go to Greece again.
Really interesting. I've never heard such things about Greece. I've never been there. But now thank you for it.
I don't recommend you. Maybe it's cool on islands, Crete, Corfu, but never go to continental Greece. It's really dirty there, and for example, on the beaches there are a lot of cigarette ends, because Greeks love smoking so much, and there was smoke everywhere on the beach. Terrible.
But some people don't go there for to have rest. Some people go there for some interest, maybe historical interest, maybe cultural interest, religious interest also, because there are so many Orthodox churches there, like Afon, for example.
I'm not into it. First, I'm not Christian. Secondly, I'm not interested in going sightseeing. Whenever I'm on holiday, I prefer to be isolated from big cities, from crowds of people. You know, taking my time, you know, to have a rest and enjoy kind of solitude with my family, or loneliness. When I was single, I used to go alone. That was fine for me.
Okay, so we will never go to continental Greece if we want to have rest. Thank you. Michael, tell us about yourself. What countries have you visited?
Could you repeat about my traveling to other countries? Yes.
Yes. What countries have you been to?
I just been in these countries, like Russia, Ukraine, different cities. I can talk about maybe different cities and just help us to discuss about it. And maybe we can hear about Lucas traveling to Germany. It's more interesting for me.
Okay, so you have never been to Western Europe, for example, or to Asia?
No.
Okay.
Was now in European countries, but it's very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, the quality of the sound is not really good. I can hear you, but not very well.
Me too.
I changed my computer to another, okay? And to this other.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Michael, tell us, what countries would you like to visit?
Well, maybe Luba answer on this question, and I change my computer.
Okay. Любовь, tell us, what countries would you like to visit?
Oh, I would like to visit a lot of countries that I haven't visited. First of all, I would like to visit some Asian countries, some Eastern countries like Japanese. Japanese. Language, Japan, yes. Because I don't know a lot about this country. It's like a mystery for me. And I suppose the culture of this country is very, very interesting. And yes, probably in the future I would like to learn Japanese language as well. So,
Really? What do you know about Japan? What do you know about Japan? Why are you so interested?
I'm interested in this country because I I don't know a lot of this country. That's why maybe. Just in general. Yes,
Okay. So this is it the only country that you want to visit, or maybe there are some more?
Yes, some more. Probably I'd like to visit Latin America. It's also such an unusual point of destination because I suppose a lot of people try to visit such countries, such like holiday countries, for instance, Turkey or Egypt. But why not to go far away, like to Latin America, like Brazil, for instance, or yes, or Argentina. It's also interesting to know how people live there, so far from us. And I suppose their culture is a little bit similar to our one. I suppose so.
I don't think so.
Yes, when I was a child, again, I have watched some Brazilian movies, like soap operas. And it was interesting for me. And now I'd like to see some Brazilian carnivals. Yes, I suppose it's also
Okay. Do you have any friends from Brazil or Japan or other countries?
No, only from Germany and no. From Brazil.
Do you communicate with them?
Yes, I try to keep in touch with them. Yes.
Okay. And you, does it help you? Does it help you anyhow? I mean, maybe do you learn something interesting that you don't learn in Russia? I mean, news, political situation, economical situation, so on.
What do you mean? From my foreign friends?
Yes.
To learn from them? Probably yes. Yes, but I don't understand what exactly do you mean? Learn what? Can you repeat, please?
I just tried to ask about. Do you learn something different? For example, if you live in Russia, you watch Russian news and you know some information that they give you. But if you talk to a foreigner, you can learn something else because they watch different things. I meant this.
It's clear. Yes, it's clear now, and especially according to last news, I mean the situation in Ukraine. I know that the news that are here in Russia and the news in Western countries are extremely different. like who are different. And I have some friends in Ukraine, from Ukraine as well, and I know what do they think about this situation. Yes, it's completely different.
Yep. So I see. Thanks. Valery, can you tell us what countries would you like to visit and why?
Yeah, but
what countries are you interested in?
Luba, just one comment. You should say news is completely different because news, not R is.
Singular.
Yeah. News is good.
Thank you. Thank you, Valery.
I'd like to visit a number of different countries where I have never been to so far. Of course, the United States. It's the first country that comes to my mind, which I'd like to visit, because I have missed 2 chances of going there. The first chance was lost when I was a student, and I took part in one program which was called Camp USA. I was going to work as a counselor in a Boy Scout camp, but unfortunately I was rejected a visa due to some, it was difficult, and at that time it was more difficult maybe to be given a visa to go there. Although I had received an invitation from my prospective employer, but nevertheless, bad luck. I wasn't given a visa, although other 2 guys were given some visas, other guys were rejected. So heaven only knows why some people were rejected and some people were accepted. So it was just a matter of bad luck. Can you hear me well?
Yes, quite well.
And the second chance. And I lost the second chance when I was working as a manager for a Sportmaster company, and I was supposed to go to on a business trip to the United States, but when I started working there, my foreign passport was, I don't know how to say, finished, so it was not valid anymore, and I had to get a new passport. So I had no time to get my new passport, so I missed that opportunity, and another person went instead of me. So, okay, I was supposed to go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
This pain will be inside my heart all the rest of my life.
Maybe it happened to create this desire in your heart, so that you visit this country anywhere in the future.
Yeah, maybe
like this.
Yeah, God loves triple, so maybe the third time would be luckier. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see.
Michael, tell us,
Paul,
please. You were asking something.
Yeah, may I ask you, Paul, where have you been to, and which country is your most favorite one?
Actually, I was born in Kyrgyzstan. I was born in Kyrgyzstan, and when I was 6, I moved to Ukraine. So I've been living here till this time, but my grandmother, she lives in Germany, so that's why I visited Germany 2 times. It was in 2001 and 2003. When I was in Germany, I also visited France. It was also very interesting. Like this, I have relatives in Russia, so I visited Russia when I was little, when I was 7, 6 years old, like this. My favorite country, I don't know my favorite country, but I think I would like to live in such a country like Germany, because it's clean and people live well. Maybe government cares about their citizens. I like it. I like it very much. Like this. Michael.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
And we hear you.
Michael, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well. And you can hear me?
Yes. Now it's better. Now your sound is much better.
Okay, Michael, tell us please, what country?
I don't hear the last part of sentence. When you would like to be.
What country would you like to visit, or what countries would you like to visit?
We start learning French language. Maybe it's France. I think, and interesting country. It's Italy, and it's interesting to visit. Oh, I'm sorry, Павел. По-моему, у нас какое-то вот эхо возникает. Люба, вам слышно или нет?
Да, я слышу.
It's not because of me. I closed everything unnecessary.
I suppose I had once such a problem like Pavel now, and I used.
Okay, so is everything all right now?
Headphones. How to say наушники? Headphones? No. Well.
Headset. It's headset. Okay, so Michael, why are you interested in Italy? You told about France, you started learning French, but what about Italy? Why are you interested in Italy?
In Italy, it's maybe architecture, culture, and it's ancient buildings and something like that. Maybe nature of Italy is interesting. It's like picturable places.
Okay.
But Pavel, one second. We have trouble with the sound, and I hear the echo. Maybe you can do something. Maybe it's your microphone to close.
No.
No?
It's not because of me. I'm telling you, I closed everything that's not necessary. Everything.
Нет, ну можно просто, я так, давайте по-русски, что можно попробовать отодвинуть подальше микрофон от колонок, это первое, как бы, да, или потише сделать чуть-чуть. Потому что, ну, как будто просто повторяет то, что я говорю. Да, Люба, примерно так?
I will try.
Да, ну, если, может быть, наушники.
Okay, I've done what you said. Is it better now?
Ну, надо попробовать. Сейчас вроде и лучше, да, окей. Now it's good.
Maybe it's because of me. You see, I'm new here. This job is new for me. I've never taught online. It's my first experience in online teaching. So I will know later all those.
And I would advise you, Pavel,
Thank you.
Don't be so worried and don't be so shy. You're a good teacher. You ask an interesting questions. Don't be more sure like this. Yes.
Thank you, Liba. I appreciate it. Okay, so what about some things, like some people like Christopher Columbus? What great explorers do you know? Любовь, what do you know about Christopher Columbus, or maybe other great explorers that discovered new lands in the past? What is your favorite explorer?
Frankly speaking, I'm not so good in history. That's why I know not a lot of such people.
Maybe Pavel, maybe you can
Ask
say us
Michael.
two variants, and we can choose what we like. Okay.
Probably Mikhail knows.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Maybe Michael, you know.
No, I don't
You
know.
don't know. Maybe some facts like there were some facts like Christopher Columbus discovered America before Amerigo Vespucci, but now America is called America from his name, Amerigo Vespucci. It's because actually I don't remember, but as far as I remember, he told this message. He told about this new country first, before Columbus, as far as I remember. But I'm not sure about it. I know that it wasn't fair because Columbus was first, and Columbus he was a great man. He discovered this land, new continent, and he died in poverty. He was very poor and in very bad conditions when he was about 50 years old. So not always people who are famous and people who do great things, not always they end up in a proper way, like this. Okay.
Cook or who was here?
Okay.
Who has
Have you ever had any incident?
You don't know Cook? It's people. It's a very
Yes,
famous
I
person.
know.
It's a very
Yes, I know,
famous
I know.
person. It's he has been eaten, or how to
Yes,
say
I
it.
know this fact, but that's why I can remember this.
Okay.
Cool. You know a lot of
So
online.
those people violent.
Sorry, Pavel. Can you repeat something?
Thanks.
Is wrong.
Thanks to Vladimir Vysotsky.
Okay.
I mean, thanks to Vladimir Vysotsky. What's wrong?
Vladimir Vysotsky.
Любовь, you were telling something.
I think we have a sound
I
delay,
know.
maybe something like.
Yes, I suppose to.
It's maybe 5-second sound delay. Yes. With the file.
Oh, those problems.
It's not problem, but we have this delay.
It's a little bit sometimes funny. Yes.
A new problem. You see, every lesson, every class, I always encounter new problems. So maybe you see, an expert is a man who had all the kinds of troubles and problems, and now he can give you any answer about any problem. So maybe one day I'll be an expert like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you will. You will answer.
Maybe you know about Amundsen. Who was Amundsen?
It's a very interesting family.
Can you
I don't hear.
his name?
I mean, have you ever heard about Amundsen?
What did he discover? Country?
Its surname. The second letter is not necessary. Without the second U. Amundsen. I have it sprint. Okay. He discovered Antarctica. He was the first to reach the South Pole, as far as I remember. And also, there were such people like Cook, James Cook, and even nowadays there are people who travel a lot. For example, there is one Russian man who always travels around all the world alone. He has a boat, and he travels in this boat around all the world. It takes him a lot of time, a couple of months, but he does it like not once, several times. One should be very brave and I remember he's Fyodor. Okay, so Michael, tell us please, have you ever had any incident while traveling?
Incident, it's like about what? About what? Incident, what is the incident? It's like
incident, misunderstanding, incident.
Okay, it's
maybe some problems, some funny stories.
You mean when I travel, yes?
Yes, when you traveled.
No, maybe it's I have not any incident, but one time when I travel abroad with my uncle, it's hard to it was hard to how to say it? It's to cross а как будет граница? Board или как? Broad или как правильно сказать? Граница.
Board.
And
borderline. Border.
Border. Okay. And
border. Yes.
It's hard to explain this military man to why I travel without the parents, and they try to how to say it, it's высадить меня из поезда. And я не знаю.
To have you out.
It's
okay, so they wanted to get rid of you. Они хотели от вас избавиться.
Yes.
Oh, it was terrible.
Valery,
Sorry.
What do you think about?
I had to keep. Pardon? Could you repeat the question, please?
Can you repeat, please? I mean, what do you think about influence of different foreign countries on Russia? What countries have influenced Russia? And I mean, cultural influence, religious influence, and so on. Is there any influence?
Well, of course, there is some particular influence from the United States through mass media, I mean, through American movies. Well, but as for me, I watch mainly American movies, right? But I can't say that I'm influenced by American influence, or maybe I'm mistaken. So it's really hard to say. If there is some influence from other countries. Of course, there must be some influence, and we don't live in isolated country like in the USSR. So and it's I think it's normal, but it's really hard to estimate how much influence we have from other countries. Yeah.
Okay, but I supposed you would answer something like Greece, because we have Greek religion. I mean Orthodox Christianity. Maybe it's some other Western countries that always meddled with our political situation and so on. Okay, so Valery, what do you know about the countries?
Well,
continent. Would you ever like to maybe to go there, or like this, something like this?
the connection is not really good, so I sometimes can't hear you.
Yes, Pavel.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now
repeat, please. The question.
I mean, Valery, what do you know about Africa? Would you like to go there, and maybe what do you like there? What do you think is there? The continent full of mysteries, and I think when we were children, everyone wanted to go there and see all those giraffes and elephants and lions. It was interesting for us because it is full of adventures, and many books tell stories about people who go there and find a lot of dangerous situations there, like this. What do you think and know about this? What do you like and dislike about Africa?
Every year I go to Africa. I mean to Egypt. Yeah, Egypt is located on the African continent. As for going to the south from Egypt, I think that I'll never go to the so-called Black Africa. I think it's quite dangerous for tourists to go to Black Africa due to some illnesses like Ebola fever, AIDS. In some countries, about 30% of the population are infected with AIDS. And the rate of crime is really high. You can get easily robbed, killed, raped there. So I'll never ever go to Africa, to Black Africa, to a Black African country. So don't think that I'm a racist. I'm not a racist, of course, but for me it's safer to go to Egypt or maybe someday to Morocco or Algeria. Not Algeria, Morocco. But not to Black Africa.
Okay. Yes, I suppose so, because when we were children, we knew only interesting facts about Africa, but there are so many dangerous things that we should better avoid. Okay, Michael.
Yes.
Любовь, have you ever heard about the North Korea? Of course you had.
Yes, I have.
Of course you have heard. But what do you know about this country?
Everything is good.
As Mohammed says, everything is good.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I don't know a lot about it. I know.
You don't know.
I know that North and South Korea aren't in a good relationship between them, so to say. That's all.
They only
Okay, but
try to
they only what?
push the rocket to each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, file.
Okay, but yes, it's
I wouldn't.
I think it's
wouldn't
one of the most.
Yes, continue.
I think it's
interruption.
I think it's interesting because
Okay, what received? Give me progress.
My God. Oh my God. Because for me, it's interesting to visit such places because there's no country like North Korea in the world. They are so closed from all the world. It's like Soviet Union, and they have no information from the outer world. I mean, they don't have internet connection. They don't have TV channels from other countries. They cannot even call to other countries and communicate with other countries. So they are closed in their own community, their own country, and they adore their leader, Kim Jong-un, so much. But it's completely different world, a completely different world, and it's interesting. I'd like to say to see how they live, because they live completely different from us. Okay, Michael, can you tell us maybe about Asia? What Asian countries do you like?
Yeah, Asia.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe China is Asia country. Okay. Yes, I'm right.
Maybe it is.
Okay. And I think the most important is China. It's interesting country with culture. And I see some films about China nowadays. Yes, it's different cities. It's a poor city. They have poor cities and very rich cities, and it's a difference with the region where it's situated. It's interesting. It's information about the cities, hosts with no people who live there, and that is all what I know about China.
Okay, I think China is one of the countries that have developed very quickly recently during some recent decades. Their economical development is very new, because I have friends from there and they tell me some interesting facts, and also they have completely different culture, and when you come there, China, Japan, Korea, such countries, you find yourself, I think you will find yourself in a completely different world, because everything's different and people think in a different way, and a lot of things. I think people should do it, should change places to experience some new things, to discover world. It's interesting. Любовь, have you had a dream of going somewhere when you was a child?
When I was a child?
When you were a child.
Mm-hmm. So when I was a child, probably.
You were okay.
Actually,
Yes.
no, I haven't. I have said already about that I would like just travel around the world like Valery. Help me please. How was it? Ведущий.
Host.
Like a host, yes, of one TV program about traveling. Just not.
Host.
Yes. I just liked to visit all of countries, not
You
one.
told us about this.
Exactly. Yes. But you know, today I think about traveling around the Russia because
Some people have dream.
Yes, sorry for interruption. I just would
Because
say
what?
that I would like to say that I would like to visit European part of Russia because there are also some interesting places, churches as well, and especially St. Petersburg is also very famous for its sightseeing. So that's why, yes.
So
I know.
you haven't been in all the parts of Russia.
Yes, of course. Russia is so
I mean,
beautiful.
you haven't
I'd
been
like
to all the parts of Russia.
Yes, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. But I would like to visit.
And Luba, do you live in Kazakhstan, as far as I remember?
No, I was born there, and I have relatives in Almaty. I was born in Almaty, and yes, sometimes I go there to visit them.
Yeah,
I was there last year, probably next year.
And currently you live in Russia, don't you? You live in Russia, don't you?
Yes, nowadays, yes, I live in Russia, in Altai region, in Siberia.
Altai, yeah.
Have you been here? Ever?
I have never
Okay,
been to Altai, yeah. But I can imagine the nature there. I think it's quite similar to the west of Buryatia, because my dad comes from the west of Buryatia, that's Akinsky district, and some guys, friends of mine, have been to Altai and shown me some photos of Altai, and from what I have seen, you know, those mountains, mountain rivers, so it looks just the same as in the west of Buryatia.
I suppose, yes, I suppose also that it must be similar.
Oh, by the way, Valery, I watched a TV program about Buryatia once. Are people there Buddhists?
Yes, they
Are
are.
they Buddhists?
Most Buryat people are Buddhists, right? Although there are a lot of Buryats living in Irkutsk region, and actually historically Irkutsk region is Buryat land, and those Irkutsk Buryats are Christians because they were heathens. You know the word heathens at the time when Russian Cossacks started exploring and discovering Siberia, and so they christened the Buryats who lived in modern Irkutsk region. And when they crossed the Baikal Lake, they faced other Buryats. They were Buddhists at that time, and of course Russian Cossacks couldn't change those Buryats' religion, so they stayed Buddhists, yes. So I guess about 70% of Buryat people are Buddhists. Some Buryats are Christians. Although I can say that they're formally they're Christians, but they, in fact, they're heathens. You know, heathens. I think it's heathens. How to explain it? The first religion in the human history is being heathens. You know, before Christianity, Buddhism, or Muslim people. Muslim religions, people used to be heathens. When there are a lot of gods, different gods. Yeah. Yeah.
So
you understand it.
Like
it's a religion.
Exactly, right you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heathens.
I try not to speak any Russian during our class, but
So
thank you for getting me right.
Pagans.
Thank you, Valerie, for explanation.
Maybe pagans. I know the word pagans. For
Pagans. Yeah, pagans. What about heathens?
Yes.
H-E-A-T-H. Just let me check.
Valery,
Yes.
I've heard about one Dalai Lama or just Lama who, okay, after he died, after 70 years or so, he was taken out of the ground and of his, not grave, but the box where he was lying. He had been lying all this time. So, and his body now is like a body of a living, of an alive man. Do you know about this man, about this Lama, Buddha Lama?
So it was he was the head of Buddhists during the 20s of the 20th century, and it's absolutely true that the temperature of his body is almost the same as alive people have 35 degrees Celsius, and his body is soft, and his flesh is pretty the same as of human people, and his body is not in the lying position, but he sits, you know, he's in a sitting position. So, and scientists made, of course, they made some medical checkup and scientific exploration, but they couldn't find the reason for it. It's really, it's a real miracle. So, to my shame, to shame on me, but I haven't seen him yet. He's in a Buddhist temple, which is 30 kilometers away from Ulan-Ude, from my native town. Maybe I'm not so religious, but I have never been there to see it with my own eyes. Yeah. Yes, you're right, Pavel. Pagans and heathens are absolute synonyms, so you can use both words, pagans and heathens. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So you are a Buddhist. Am I right?
Formally, I am. I wear Buddhist amulets. I wear Buddhist beads here. But this is just, how to say, a sign of respect to my ancestors' religion. And whenever I am in my native town, I visit Buddhist temples, and I try to pray, you know, but deep in heart, I realize that I'm an atheist. I'm kind of an atheist because mentally I'm not able to believe, you know.
And
maybe when I get retired, I'll start believing. Who knows?
You see, I think it's better to be honestly an atheist than a fake religious man, than a fake believer.
Right, you are. I know a lot of religious people people who, you know, misbehave all the time and claim to be
Yes, I think it's not right, and you should be honest with yourself at first. You can be honest. Someone said, I don't know, honesty is the best policy. I think it's really so. I think it's so. Yes. So, okay. Today we're going to finish our lesson. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for coming here, and see you next time. Have a good evening.
See you. Thank you, Pavel.
Thank you,
Bye.
Pavel. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.